I'm just going to go over how I do the third-person claw shot clips in Cave of Ordeals. The goal is to do the clip kind of over here, claw shot through the wall, and claw shot to that target. I'm on floor 20 right now, just because it's the best lit floor. But this works the same on all fairy floors. Well, except the last one, obviously. So obviously this is kind of precise because you can see the claw shot target is just kind of a sliver on the ceiling. It's hard to aim at even if I can see it, and it's going to be blind aiming over here. The most helpful thing that I have found is listening to the sound the claw shot makes. It's very helpful to know that the ceiling over here makes a different sound from the ceiling over here. More of a thud over here, kind of subdued, and more of a clank over here. And the walls make the clank too. So we'll come back to that in a minute, but that'll be important to know. So I've got a little position set up, and it starts from opening the chest. If you lose the position from opening the chest, which I'm storing right now with the practice tool, but if you lose that, good luck. I don't really know a good way to do it. So what I'm going to do from the chest is just pause buffer, or like input buffer, a backslice to the right, and then a backflip, and then another backflip, and that's it. And I'm just buffering that so I don't accidentally walk a little bit. Here you can turn around and then pull the claw shot. I am bad at turning around in this game, so I just pull the claw shot over there. And then turn with gyro, which is, you know, not too slow. You don't really want to go into first person. I found that to make it more likely to clank on the wall. But sometimes it works, so I don't know. So the idea here is to do the claw shot clip, you're going to be moving to the right a little bit. And basically what I do is start at one point, like shoot the claw shot, and then just continually move right from that point and just, try a bunch of iterations until I find the target. And the visual cue I'm looking at is this darker rectangle right here that I'm outlining with the reticle. So I think the exact placement, I don't think the reticle is going to look like it's in the same place on the wall every time when it works, just because of how the camera moves, I guess, or something. It seems to be inconsistent. So what I do is I start moving rightward along a line that's, you know, along this line, the top of this rectangle. And I just move a little bit at a time. And so obviously that didn't work, but I can adjust from there, either go up and do a line above that, or do a line below that, or basically try the same line again if I think I basically had it but didn't happen to hit the target. And the way I judge whether to move up or down is based on the sound. So you can, first off, like if I go way too high, you can hear the claw shot is hitting that like thuddy part of the ceiling, but really, really soon. And if I go way too low, it doesn't hit anything. So what I want is something in the middle where it basically, you can hear the claw shot hit something around when it's at its full length. Like not all the way out, but pretty far out. So that's too low. Oops. This seems good. And there we go. That makes perfect sense. So I could tell based on the sound that I was hitting something, that it was, you know, this part of the ceiling, and that it was about the right length of time before the claw shot was hitting something to get me there. So I'll just, I mean, that's basically the entire thing. I'm just going to do a few reps for demonstration's sake, and, you know, in case anything comes up that I forgot to talk about. Over my backslice, backflip. I don't think you really have to wait between the backslice and the backflip, but I do just in case. So this seems good. Great. I'm too consistent in this demonstration. Restore my position again. Oh, I don't remember whether I said this, but if you turn the camera too far and he turns this way, sometimes it'll screw things up and sometimes it won't. Like sometimes it'll affect his position. I didn't actually notice whether it did this time. But anyway, try to avoid that, but it might not be a huge deal if it does happen. Wow. Very consistent at this right now. I mentioned before that, you know, you can judge whether to move up or down based on what you hear. Like I said, it doesn't always look the same when it's working, so I'm just gonna pretend I'm in the right place here. So like the ones that I've gotten just now, it basically looked like the reticle was in line with the top of the visual cue, but sometimes it'll have to be lower and sometimes it'll have to be higher. I really don't know why that changes, but it's just how it is. Let's go for one more before I sign off. See if I can make something go wrong this time. I started a little farther right than I meant to, so that's too low. So that seems like it's barely hitting something. Okay, it worked. I was gonna say that might have actually been too low, but nope, it was fine. Good luck.